Hello everybody, Hellcracks here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere, episode 352. And today we're going to be talking about the Anhur Transport. Yes, it's a clan transport, good for getting things around. It is a 8-12 moving VTOL, yep, with a fusion engine, has 13 heat sinks, with 7 tons of transport capability. It has, what is it, 4 tons roughly of armor. Or is it 3 tons? 3 tons. All right, 3 tons of ferrofibrous armor. About the equivalent of 4 tons. Yeah, it's pretty well covered when it comes to protection for a clan 30-ton vehicle. Gets around pretty good. It comes in at 730 battle value, and it has some weapons. It has 2 medium pulse lasers and an ER medium laser. Yeah, it's pretty well protected for a transport, and it can get around. It can drop off a few bodies here and there, get some goods to the front line if necessary, like 7 tons of weapon systems, or ammo, etc. So it's pretty handy for getting things around. And it does have a slight bite to it, out to 15. Nothing to sneeze about. If you wish to get it into combat, which it can do if you really are ambitious, I guess. But its main thing I always look at is like it can get some infantry to a position pretty quickly and drop them off. It's just like kick open the cargo bay. And if you're carrying around any type of battle armor, it's like out the back door and rocket down to their position they need to be. So you can throw a point around if necessary. Yeah, that's when I look at it for its usefulness and the standard configuration. I wouldn't, it's like go drop off something, go back and pick something else up, go drop it off, go back, ferrying troops to the front, that type of thing. Or some really necessity style goods that, it's like, I need to do a reload in the field, drop, this flies in, drops off some ammo to, reload a mech or something. That's possible for a long range recon mission. Anything can be done in a campaign if you wish to really look at it. So nothing to sneeze about. And obviously they put the combat value in case you do want to get it stuck in someplace. You do have some battle value to throw around. And having 2 pulse lasers and an ER medium laser, you're going to be doing up to 21 points of damage. And the pulse lasers will counteract your movement modifiers if you have any. And being up to 12, you're going to have up to 5 mod, with this. So it's going to be a little hard to hit it out to long range if it's flying in a straight line. Or it can make a couple good turns and still get that up to 10 movement. And with your being a VTOL, you're going to get that +1 also for that because you're flying. So up to 5. That's good. And if you got to make a bunch of turns to get into your position, it might be a 4. All right, so you're going to have some capability of not being shot, especially if you're facing off against Inner Sphere. And it's like you can be, like Clan Hellhorse, it's like, they have a propensity to use a lot of vehicles, so this might find itself into the lineup here and there, possibly, if you feel so inclined. Yep. And let's see, what clan, I forgot, it's based on the Cobra. What does it say here? What clan specifically uses these? No, it doesn't. Not that I can see anywhere. But, if I was playing Clan Hellhorse, you'd probably want to have one of these in your lineup. Get your troops to the front. A little bit of mobility. So yeah, it's kind of like one of those things you drop off here. You see a position that you want to defend or you want to take pretty quickly, you drop your infantry off, and this thing could hover around. if you have not, well, I guess not too much firepower going down range against you. So yeah, you're facing off against was it 15 on the front and 14 on the sides, 10 in the rear. So yeah, it's going to have some problems if you really have somebody that's really focused on trying to take one of these down. A couple good hits and it's gone, you know. But it does have enough armor on the front that it can handle a Clan ER PPC or a Gauss rifle. Now, if you get hit with a couple of large pulse lasers, well, that's a different story. You know, it's like you're going to be finding yourself rotating down to the ground in a nice little fireball. But, you know, that's just beside the point with these things. So you really got to look at your circumstances, how you're going to use these things. So don't get them stuck in too early. Always something I always like to say. It's like hover around the sides and flanks. You know, you got that ER medium laser. Heck, you could even possibly consider, you got 13 heat sinks. Imagine somebody that's really enterprising could take out the 2 pulse lasers and the ER medium laser and replace it with an ER large and still have an extra ton left over, you know, to play with for, like, say, throw some ECM or a tag or something on board. But yeah, I would really think that having an ER large might be a better thing to have one of these things that you can just like hover off in the distance and bang away with that thing. And it probably would drop your battle value down a little bit. So there you go. All right, now there's a couple other versions of this. There's the Anhur Transport Battle Armor version. This is during the Jihad. The cargo bay has been adapted to carry more infantry, enlarged to 10 tons. It has an ECM suite on board, and it also carries an ER medium laser and AP Gauss rifle that are firing forward, and it has a second faces to the rear. And so the 2 AP Gauss rifles, you know, they shoot out to 9. Has 1 ton of ammunition between them, and this comes in at 647 battle value. So you got about 20 shots to go forward or backwards, depending if you're going into combat or going away from combat. You know, you can take care of some infantry, mow them down a little bit. So there's that. You know, you have that capability going on. Now, yeah, that really focuses on really getting your infantry where you need them to be really quick. You know, you have the also capabilities. A lot of times when you have a light clan mech as recon, throw some battle armor on board that thing, and you just have the same capability of going, you know, like a dash or going down range, dropping off your infantry if need be, and even using them as a blade of armor, possibly, if you want to. You know, they're not that expensive, so that's kind of a lot of times with how they get used is extra armor on board. Yeah, but you don't get to. That's why you see a lot of clan mechs have their weapons in the arms, so because they, you know, the chest will be covered with your both torsos, right, left torso carried in front, carrying all those battle armor. That's why they call them a blade of armor. It's like, yeah, they may end up dying for you before you get to where they need to be, but you know, keeps the mech running. So the BA version kind of does the same thing, but you can go over terrain pretty quickly, drop off, stop it wherever you need to be, and the armor gets out and goes. So then we have the Anhur P stealth version. Okay, now this is an interesting one. This one is produced by using both Intersphere and Clan technology. It's kind of combining the two together. It's kind of an interesting little build here. So you have stealth armor on board with and Guardian ECM suite. They go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other, obviously, if you know anything about stealth armor. And if you activate your stealth armor, you're creating 10 heat. And if you have the fusion reactor on board, so you obviously have 10 heat sinks with that. So if you're activating stealth armor, okay, so you're going to be a little heat going on. And you also have a pair of clan LRM-15s and a single ton of ammunition. So you're going to get, with it, 4 shots per. And this comes in at 930 battle value. Most of that battle value comes from the 2 LR-15s kicking up the battle value on you. But there's not a lot of firepower that's going down range with these. After 4 turns, you can fire 4 turns and you're going click, click, click. And to be honest, I'd rather probably keep one of the LR-15s and then replace it with maybe an SRM or something of that nature, or maybe an AP Gauss rifle. Let's see, that's what, 1.5 tons right there. You got 3.5 tons, so that would leave you 2 tons that you could play with. So you could put in, I think an SRM4 is a ton plus a ton of ammo. So yeah, let me double check that real quick. I think it is, SRM4 is, yes, a ton. So you could have a ton of ammunition with that, plus a SRM4, an LRM-15, and an AP Gauss rifle for some anti-infantry work. Kind of a covering your bases type thing. So, or maybe even go down to just a SRM-2 with a ton of ammunition, maybe just load it up with Infernos. That saves you 1/2 ton, which you could give yourself 2 AP Gauss rifles and a ton of ammunition. So, kind of maybe go the same configuration of 1 to the front, run to the rear. So as you're going towards your target, you can hit, and as you're going away, if you can maybe hit infantry on the way out. So go that route. So, but with the stealth armor going, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of heat with that. But you also have the benefit, you got at medium range, you get another +1, and at long range, you get another +2 mod. So it is possible to get up to a 7 mod then, and that's going to be really hard for anybody to hit you with a 7 mod going on. Especially if they move, you know, that could be up to a 9, and if they're a 4 gunner, yeah, that's impossible for most, like say, inner sphere pilots to even hit you. It's not till you get into the medium range that they even have probably a chance to even touch you, and most likely there are going to be other targets they may be looking at to shoot at. So you can deliver your package that you need to be. All right, so that's pretty much it when it comes to the Anhur Transport. Some options I was looking at that come to mind, you know, making it a little more versatile, but it's not a bad thing if you want to use it as a transport for getting goods in and out, or even using it for targeting something. So there you go. All right, hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hellcracks out.